let's draw some animals. One brush, 10 minutes on the timer, let's go. Everyone always says how hard horses are, and I completely agree, so I'm very scared for this one. Look at its bangs, wow. I think we're actually off to a pretty good start. You know, I actually saw this like one weirdo YouTuber who actually drew a horse every day for 30 days. Like, who even does that? And like, after I watched the video, I was like, are they okay? You know what this looks like right now? It kind of looks like the horse is mewing. It's like sucking in those cheekbones. I see it. I see it. Whoa, do you guys see that shadow? Lovely. Thank you, Dreamy Sketch. Speaking of Dreamy Sketch, for every single animal, I'm only going to use one brush. Okay, that looks a little bit terrifying, but I'm going to leave it for now because we got to move on to the body. I only have 7 minutes left and I want to do a full-on stallion. You know what? Before you judge me, grab a piece of paper right now. You try drawing a horse, okay? Before you come bully me. Actually, I don't really care. You guys can bully me. This is terrible. I already know. This is one buff-looking horse. Either that or my anatomy has just gone. I can't even talk properly now. Either that or my anatomy has just gone completely down the drain. I mean, it was never out of the drain. Like, it was never good. But okay, to compensate for the terrible drawing, I'm trying to do grass, you know, giving it a little bit of background. Maybe that will, you know, distract you from this very questionable horse. Maybe I need to color it in, you know, give it some shading. Maybe some shading will make it look better. So we're going to use the Dreamy Sketch once again to do some shading. Do I know if I'm shading in the right places? No, I'm just putting it in random places, hoping that it will turn out okay. And you know what? Maybe this does look a little bit better. Let me turn it down a little bit. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Is it a good horse? No. Let's flip it and see how it looks. Right, okay, perhaps it is this leg right over here. Okay, we have a minute left, and I actually think this is a solid attempt for an 8-minute drawing horse. Did I do my math right? Yeah. So does it look good, and was it hard to draw? You know, every time I do these look good, hard to draw, I always give like a long explanation, trying to explain myself. This time, I'm just gonna give you one word answer. Does it look good? Yes. Hard? No. How was that? Do you like those like short answers? We're gonna stick with that. Okay, on to the next one. And same brush, 10 minutes on the timer. If you go to my Instagram, you will actually see a lot of humans. Gotta keep myself on my toes. So I'm gonna draw an old person, because when was the last time I drew an old person? I totally forgot to set off the timer. So I'm gonna let that run for a little bit. Like the horse, we're gonna try and do some realism. Okay, I'm gonna continue drawing. We're gonna do a very realistic older gentleman. I always wonder, who is the oldest person watching my videos? Are there any of my senior folk out there watching me? Please let me know. You could be a silent watcher and just never comment. I respect that. I completely respect that. I'm also a silent lurker, but I just need to know, are there any senior gentlemen, gentlewomen watching my videos? I really need to know. Do the older generation like me? I think that would be one of my life's biggest accomplishments. Like, there's no way a boomer likes me. Just in case there are any lovely older folk watching my videos, I'm gonna address you right now. Hello, how are you? Can you guys give me your best like retirement tips? Like, what are you guys doing? Are you guys just playing golf, hanging out with friends? Whoa, okay, grandpa's got like huge black irises. Look at how monstrously big I made this guy's front tooth. I'm gonna keep that, you know? Maybe his denture making person was not the best skilled and they accidentally made him a huge dentured tooth. He looks so lovely and so sweet. He's gonna be wearing polka dots just because I feel like older people, they love having fun with their wardrobe. Just like me personally, I am wearing my very fuzzy pajamas right now and I love it. I think it costs like $5. Do you need those like $500 silk pajamas? No, you don't. Just get a lovely $5 fuzzy pajamas and you are good to go. Should I give him like a toupee, you know? Nope. No. You know, bald is cool. Okay, I think we're done with 20 seconds left. Let's give him a name. Let's give him a name. Grandpa. Let's not go with anything basic like Grandpa Joe or something. Grandpa Bison? I don't know. It just came to me and it stuck. So here we go. Grandpa Bison. And again, for the ratings, no explanation. You just take it and interpret the way you want. Does it look good? Yes. Hard to draw? Nope. All right, let's move on to the next one. Same brush, 10 minutes on the timer. I think I need to challenge myself a little bit more. So far, for all of them, I've been saying yes, they look good, and no, they weren't hard to draw, which means we gotta challenge ourselves. So I'm gonna try and draw a sloth crawling towards you, and I just kind of already know that this could turn out terrible, just because the angle is so hard. The reason why I think this is gonna look terrible is because sloths have a very human face. So if I get like one little thing wrong, it's gonna look like a very scary demon under your bed situation. But I have drawn the first place hardest animal to draw before, and indeed it is very hard, so I'm kind of scared to take it on again. Also, why did this take me 3 minutes? That is very concerning. Was it because I was talking too much? A little bit terrifying, but you know, it's got some charm to it. It's got a cool angle perspective going on. Am I trying to make myself feel better? Maybe. But I realized I have like 5 minutes left. I can chill, okay? What was I stressing for? Nothing. I know they're normally up in trees, but this one's kind of crawling on the ground, you know, scavenging for something. Fruit, I guess. Here, let's draw fruit right here. And now time to do some lovely shading. Again, dreamy sketch. Thank you. At this point, I feel like all my drawings look passable because of this brush. Just because it just makes me feel like such an industry pro, you know? Like it can draw humans, horses, sloths, scenery. Apparently it can't draw grass though, because what is this? All right, I'm gonna stop the timer on 2 minutes because honestly, I think I quite like where this is right now. Does it look good? Yes. And was it hard to draw? No. All right, number 8 hardest animal to draw is now done. Let's move on to number 7. Same brush, 10 minutes on the timer. I have yet to be humbled. Perhaps the squid will humble me. So I'm gonna throw in this little challenge for myself. For this one, I'm not only gonna draw a squid, I'm also gonna draw an octopus all in 10 minutes. You know, they're kind of like cousins. They're both cephalopods. They're both got, you know, tentacles. I feel like I said tentacles instead of tentacles. They're both like literal aliens of the sea, but they're so cool. Their huge eyes freak me out, but it's just so fascinating. Sometimes it's so crazy. I'm just like, wow, right now there is a squid just like floating around the Atlantic Ocean, and I'm out here drawing a squid. In fact, I could be drawing this exact squid right now. What am I even saying? Like, I'm saying I could be drawing a squid right now that looks just like this, and it has no idea. It's just like living its own life in the ocean. Okay, I'm done my squid. I have 6 minutes left for the octopus. Let's go. Can I do this in 6 minutes? We'll see. We'll see. This is not looking very hot at the moment, but you know what? That is okay. The point of art is to have fun, and I'm having quite a ball. I feel like sometimes when we're doing art, we get really caught up in the result that we don't really enjoy the process. And I feel like one thing that I really like doing is just focusing on the process. Is this fun to do at the moment? If yes, fantastic, then I keep doing it. If not, I think I honestly just stop. I've never really been scared of like a lot of holes, like, you know, trypophobia, but for some reason, this is kind of freaking me out, which I think is a little bit odd because like these aren't even like good circles. Or maybe it's because they aren't good, they look a little bit disgusting. I'm sorry, I'll go faster just in case some of you guys also don't like it. Okay, ooh, we're finished with 2.5 minutes left. Does it look good? No. Was it hard to draw? Yes. All right, let's move on to the number 6 hardest animal to draw. Alright, same brush, 10 minutes on the timer. For this one, we are going to do a full body walking polar bear just because I feel like that would be probably the most challenging. Let's do a front view just because I suck at front views. So, let's start with the ears. What if I just draw this one in like complete silence? Or no, let me just do 10 seconds in complete silence and I'll keep you here. I won't edit it out. Would that be weird? I don't know. Let's give it a go. Okay. I don't think that helped, though that made me realize that, you know, YouTube videos, they always go so fast. I am guilty of that just because my attention span is like, you know, in the dirt. But I think I'll just leave those 10 seconds in and we can just have like a nice little silent moment in the middle of the video. And they're just gonna be like, what is this girl doing? Okay, this still looks like some sort of weird wolf. Yeah, okay, I promise you, I'm not trying to make this look bad. It's just the front facing, it gets me all the time. No one's above them on the food chain. I gotta brush up on my animal facts. Okay, let me know in the comments a really cool animal fact. Let me know the coolest animal fact. The comment section will be a full compilation of the coolest animal facts. That is your secret mission for today. You know what I think it is? I think it's the ears. There's something about the ear that does not look right, like this top part of the head as well. Interesting. All right, I have about 7 seconds left. This is not very good, which I am all for. And yes, it was quite hard to do. Nonetheless, we finished it, so let's move on to the next hardest animal to draw. We are entering the top 5. I'm ready. Let's go. And same brush, 10 minutes on the timer. This has made me realize that I have never drawn a giraffe in my life. So you are now getting the first time experience. No, how do you say it? You're getting a first-hand glimpse of my first time drawing a giraffe. I'm kind of nervous now. You know, giraffes are so like majestic looking that sometimes I'm just like, how are you guys like not extinct? I mean that in like the best way possible. It's just like, you are so beautiful and out of this world. How are you living on this earth, you know? Kind of like narwhals. I'm just like, how are you guys not like a mythical creature, you know? I think we may need to flip the canvas just so we can give them, you know, their proper height. Their necks are probably so muscular. Earth is so cool, you know? Mother Nature, planet Earth. We should just take a second and just appreciate Earth. Look out the window. Be like, wow, Earth is crazy. I wish we could just, you know, frolic in the forest and get along well with animals. I don't know how we've come to this, you know, I'm not gonna get into that. That's not my niche. Viyaura cannot draw legs. It is the proportions, something about them that just hinders me from drawing great legs. It's looking a little bit stumpy, but at the same time, she's still cute. All right, main body structure done. Let's spend some time giving them their lovely shapes. What do you call them? Like polyhedrons, tetrahedrons, parallelograms, pentagons? Any shape experts watching this animal video? Completely off topic, but one time I made a video that was drawing the hardest shapes to draw, and so many of you shape enthusiasts came for me. They're like, that is a fractal. I don't even know, but you guys were coming for me. So if you are a shape expert watching this, please let me know what shapes these are. Okay, a lot of shapes later, and about 8 minutes after, let me fix up her mane a little bit. We are now done. The giraffe. Again, no explanation. Does it look good? And was it hard to draw? Nonetheless, we have a giraffe here and she's done, so let's move on to the 4th hardest thing to draw. And same brush, 10 minutes on the timer. Why was that so big? Hippopotamus, you already know who we're drawing. We are drawing the lovely, the famous, the viral little Moodang. I remember when Moodang was like in and every artist was drawing them. I was just like, I don't want to draw it because I knew I just could not capture its cute vibe. But today we are gonna see if I can, okay? The time has come. The time has come to select one courageous young man and woman for the honor of representing District 12 in the 74th Annual Hunger Games. What is wrong with me? Did I really just recite Effie Trinket's speech? Look at those lovely, gorgeous, huge eyes. I low-key wish a capybara was on this list, just because I love capybaras. Now I am drawing Moodang with its mouth open, and I don't know how that's gonna go. How's that mouth? Is it kind of scary? It looks like a mouth, I guess. Again, more evidence that Viyaura cannot draw feet or legs. For a second, I got kind of scared. I was like, wait, is Moodang even a hippo? I really had to double check there. Okay, we are finishing with 1 minute left on the timer. There's something about this that makes it not very Moodang. I don't know what it is though. How about that? I made its mouth kind of like moving, like he's yelling. So, does it look good? No. Was it hard to draw? Yes. And let's move on to the top 3 hardest animals to draw. Let's go. Same brush, 10 minutes on... I always have to reset it and sometimes I forget. 10 minutes on the timer. I love their big floppy ears. There's something so cute about that. And I forgot to set off the timer. How long do you think this would have taken me? Like 5 seconds? Whenever I think of elephants, I always think about Dumbo, but I have actually never watched Dumbo. Even though I feel like it's such a classic, I've never watched Dumbo or Bambi or Pinocchio. I know, I'm sorry. Another thing that I think about when I think about animals is just like they are so cool with all their own different unique traits, like these tusks. And it makes me think about humans and like the insecurities we have. Like, oh, I wish my hair did this, or like, oh, I wish my face didn't look like this. But when you see an animal, like when you see an elephant, you're not like, wow, I wish their ears were smaller, or like, wow, their trunks are so weird. It would just be cool if they didn't have a trunk. And I feel like animals and other species also don't think judgmental about each other. Like an elephant's not like, wow, that elephant is so ugly and stupid because their trunk is like 2 inches longer. So why are humans the only ones to be like, that girl is so ugly, or like, oh, that guy is so ugly? Are we the only animals that judge and like really really judge ourselves. Deep questions with viyaura. We're getting a little bit philosophical here, and we're just literally drawing an elephant. What is going on? You know what'd be fun is if I do little animal facts of the animal that I'm drawing, and it just like pops up at the bottom of the screen. I feel like that would be fun. Note to self, when editing, put in fun animal facts. Why throw in some random animal facts? I don't know, because you know, we love to have fun here, but sometimes it's good to have a little bit of cool facts in mind, because you never know when one day someone's like, oh, tell me a cool fact, and you're like, boom, I have one. I learned these from viyaura's top 10 hardest animals to draw video. I have a little bit of extra time, so I'm putting in some of the trunk details. You have some wrinkles here. I think we can finish with 1 minute and 20 seconds left on the timer. No explanation, just an answer. Does it look good? Yes. And was it hard to draw? No. All right, and let's move on to the top 2 hardest animals to draw. Same brush, 10 minutes on the timer. This one, we're not going to do a front view. We're not going to do a side view. We're going to do a howling wolf. So it's going to be looking up. Now, if you remember, our polar bear kind of looked like a wolf. So maybe we got, you know, an upper hand for this one, maybe. I just realized some people are probably clicking on this video because they're just like, oh, okay, maybe this artist can give me, you know, some advice on how to draw animals. And it's just like, nope, I'm bombarding you with random animal facts and motivational speeches and very mediocre drawings. Actually, this one's looking kind of cool. Okay, here is my art advice for any of the artists who clicked in wanting some art advice. Dreamy sketch. Oh, look at that detail. Gotta get these canine teeth in. Shut up. Wait, this is actually really good. This is like probably one of the best ones. I'm gonna stop hyping myself up. I don't deserve this. Wolves are way more majestic than this very subpar drawing. Okay, I understand. I'm sorry. I will tone it down a little bit. Okay, we have about 4 seconds left, and I think that's the best I can do. Wow, what a great experience that was. Does it look good? I'm gonna have to say a very proud yes. And was it hard to draw? I'm actually going to have to say no, it was not bad. So this is the second hardest animal to draw complete, and let's move on to the number 1 hardest animal to draw. All right, same brush, 10 minutes on the timer. We are gonna do a great white shark. I think we're gonna try and do 2 of them just because I want to try 2 different types of angles. Their eyes do freak me out. They're literally just like black holes. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Right now this kind of looks like a sardine, so not very scary whatsoever. What if I just draw like a whole collection of sharks, like different sharks? Let me see how many sharks I can name just like off the top of my head. There is hammerhead shark, whale shark, great white shark, tiger shark. What else is there? I know more. Hold on. Goblin shark. Okay, that is terrifying. Oh, there's the Greenland shark. That one is so amazing. I just realized my timer was not even set off, so I'm gonna let it run for a little bit. I like how I said that and I literally just drew a fin. I feel like there are more sharks. Lemon shark? Yeah, I know there's a shark called the lemon shark. Let's draw one kind of like, you know, its jaws are open. What I do find scary, however, is how they are older than trees, as in they were on planet Earth before trees even existed. That is what scares me. I feel like making this video, I just realized how many random animal facts I know. Why do I know so many? That is the water, by the way. Terrible water, I know. Okay, that is my second shark. I feel like I could add some more detail, actually. Hold on. Okay, shark number 2 done. What other shark should I draw? Let's go. I have 7. Oh, wait. I forgot to start it again because I had to go to the washroom. Let's draw a lovely hammerhead shark. I feel like hammerhead shark is kind of in the same realm as giraffes. Wait, hear me out. It's because like they're a little bit too majestic, you know? Like they're just so odd yet enchanting in a way that I'm just like, there's no way you are living on this earth as I am. I really want to draw a capybara. Maybe at the end credits of the video. Do people still do end credits of videos? The outro. I like how this lovely dreamy sketch brush pack is drawing like the most terrifying sleep paralysis looking sharks ever. Also, kind of off topic, but someone once asked, do you do your voice recordings while you're actually drawing or do you record them after? I do them completely live, you know, I just truly just say what is on my mind. And nothing is scripted, you know, this is just a chill FaceTime call drawing session moment. I feel like I just drew like the Finding Nemo squad right here. Fantastic. We have 4 minutes. I can draw another shark. Oh wait, I know another shark. The basking shark. Do you guys know that one? That one's cute too. But I kind of want to do like a little whale shark. I don't know why I said little. Aren't they like the biggest sharks? And all they're doing is just living life, mouth open, gliding in the ocean. I respect that. That is what I hope to be one day. Do you guys believe in reincarnation? What is going on in this video? I'm literally just drawing random animals and I'm just asking the most deep philosophical questions. You can just ignore me. Just look at the whale shark, okay? So I have 1 minute left, but that is my whale shark. I'm just gonna go with that. We have 3 other sharks, so you can ignore this one, okay? I think these ones are a little bit more tolerable. So number 1, hardest animal to draw. Does it look good? Not really. Was it hard to draw? Yes.
This is number 1. I would say this is number 2, 3, 4. This is the easiest. I think I can draw this too. Oh my god, what did I do? Oh well.
Are you done?
Is it like turtle?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, that's cute. Thank you. So what have I learned after drawing the top 10 hardest animals to draw? I learned that I still cannot draw horses. Wolves were easier to draw than I thought. My mom can draw a lovely abstract hammerhead shark. And that we should just appreciate Mother Earth and nature altogether. Okay, that's all from me right now. Bye! Hello, welcome to Viyaura's Secret After School Club, where here I talk very unedited, unfiltered, and just let you know what I'm up to. So, listen, I already know what the comments on this video is gonna be. Where is I had the delusional idea? No more I had the delusional idea? Did she stop saying I had the delusional idea? Listen, no, hear me out. I filmed this a long time ago, but I remember at the time of filming this, I was editing other videos. I had to keep listening to my own voice saying I had the delusional idea over and over and over and over again. And I just got so annoyed by my own voice saying that line that I just physically could not say it for this video. I will say it next week, 100%. Trust me, I will. And honestly, there's a little part of me that's just like, people are gonna get annoyed of me because I keep saying that. Like, does she ever shut up? Can she stop saying I had the delusional idea when the video itself isn't even that delusional? Maybe it's just me, but I feel like drawing the top 10 hardest animals to draw is not very delusional. I don't know. But mainly, I was just so annoyed by my own voice saying that I could not physically utter that for this video. So I'm sorry. I can say it now. I had the delusional idea to draw the top 10 hardest animals to draw. Woo! But just please, I'm sorry. Next week, I will say it. But trust me, when I see those, where is the I had the delusional idea comments, I also feel like I am disappointing you guys. I'm just like, I forgot to say it. Or like, I got so annoyed by my own voice that I didn't want to say it. And so I didn't include it. And then now people are mad at me. Wow, this isn't even like a Viyaura Secret After School Club. This is like Viyaura apologizes for not saying I had the delusional idea club time. But I hope that answers some of your questions why I don't say it in some videos. It's probably because I just got so annoyed at myself that I just could not say it for that video, and I want to like space it out a little bit when I'm editing. I don't know, it's a weird thing. But trust me, every single video will be stemmed from a delusional idea. It is always there, and real ones will know. And I know you watching this is a real one, so please, if I don't say it in future videos, now you know. And now we know if I don't say it in future videos, who is a real one who watched this video and know not to comment that anymore. Does that make any sense? Doesn't make any sense. And this is getting way too long, so I'm gonna go now. Okay, bye.